Hello everyone, this is Spot, and welcome to Endless Legend. If you're not familiar with this game, it's actually quite badass, to be honest. It's a 4X. It's from Amplitude, which are the guys or gals who the studio that brought you Endless Space. But it's not space. Actually, it's based in the same universe, but Endless Space being a Space 4X, like all Space 4Xs have a problem. There's no geography, right? So it's a lot more difficult to get lore and things like that going, and really get you immersed in things. This does a lot better job of doing that, and the lore is actually quite interesting, especially from a cosmetic point of view. But all of these races are so different in how they play it. Like, I mean, like, even comparing this to Civ, it is a 4X, but it's odd because Civ are all based on actual, human historical civilizations, but these all play significantly different, which is really awesome. I'm not going to go through all of this. You can definitely look this stuff up online. I'm going to be playing the Broken Lords, and the thing about Broken Lords is their main specialty is that they have no food. They're kind of eternal spirits that are wrapped up in this armor, and they're like they're knights and etc. It makes me think of Full Metal Alchemist. You know, the whole spirit in the armor thing, and they only use dust instead of food. Dust being primarily the main currency type thing, but it's actually like an energy source. And so we'll see more about that when we get into the game. I'm setting this difficulty to normal because I'm not an amazing strategy player, as if you've seen any of my stuff, you know. I'm setting the game speed to fast, mainly because I don't want this to be like a 100-episode series or anything, especially since I'm not actually that amazing at it. Normal, size, Pangea, blah, blah, blah. Most of this stuff is set to normal. Setting all the other AIs on random, and that's about it. So we will jump in here. Didn't want to spend too much time on that. Alright, and here we are. This is an actual beautiful game just in general. It's very amazing. Like, it's a hex game. I've only played it once, by the way, other than this, and not for a massively long time. I'll turn the grid on. Okay, so you can see this grid. One of the cool things about this is that they've actually, like, even the mountains themselves are in almost a grid shape. It's really interesting. Very cool. And you can zoom out pretty easily, and it gets almost to like a paper thing, but you can still see everything. If you're coming from Civ, this is significantly different in multiple ways. Okay, we've got unspoiled ruins here. That's one of the things, is that you can actually, well, for instance, I will go here, and I can interact with this target. It's a ruin, so I can search it. Search location was worth the effort, and we got 40 dust out of that. We'll dismiss that. Awesome. The first thing is, if you've played Endless Space, some of this will seem familiar. In this particular case, unlike Civ, you have heroes, which, do I even have a hero here? No, I only have a settler in two of these units, but this is an army. Okay, you'll notice it's one thing. So there's unit stacking, but unlike Civ 4, it's actually, this is an army, and they move around as one unit, more or less. When they attack as, well, they kind of attack as one unit. We'll get into that. All right, so right now what we're doing is we're looking for a good place to settle a city. Let me turn on, is it tile output? There we go. Okay, usually at places you would have food, which is green. Because we're playing Broken Lords, as I explained, they don't use food. They only consume dust, which are the yellow items here. The orange pinkish are production, and the blue is science, which is kind of, if you're used to 4Xs at all, that's kind of a given. So, there is a lot of dust around here. So what I'm going to do is, let me think about this. Metal artifacts, yeah. You know what? We may get production here, here, here. More production over here. You know what I'm going to do? We're going to actually... Let's go down here. And can we settle here? Yes. We found a new city right here. Boom. Okay. See, isn't that cool? Okay. Now, you'll notice that when we did that, this red line comes, our color is red. This red line comes up around here. And that's because there are regions. And unlike most other 4Xs, you can only have one city per region. And you'll notice that me controlling this region doesn't necessarily mean that I have full line of sight on the whole region. So there is that. Now, the other thing is that cities grow in almost all the other civilizations, or factions, I should say. All the other factions in this game, they grow based on food. Because we're playing Broken Lords, we don't actually have that. We have the ability to buy population with dust, which is actually something I'm going to do right now. Now, we had one already, and we got 2 more. Now, population's right here. Now, the cool thing about this is that this is production, as you would expect. This is food, which you don't have access to. Science, dust output, and culture, which is very important. We'll get to that in a second. The cool thing about this is that, so I can take one of these guys, and I can drag them to, okay, well, as an example, these guys are both here. So you see our output here is 13. This is a total. Now, this is what we're making from city tiles, and this is from any modifiers, which we don't have any modifiers, right? And this is production per worker. So you'll notice that we're getting 8 extra production from having these two population on production. I can move one here, and we now are getting 4 to science instead, but we took them off here. Now, the cool thing about this is that, and I can even go over here and like just move these over. Now, the amazing thing about this is that this actually allows us to very quickly switch our focus on a city of what the output is very quickly. Or just, you know, span it out so I can say, okay, I want to do dust and normal production here. At the moment, I'm going to actually put these both in production, and we're going to see what we can find here. Empire Mint. Okay, see, Empire Mint's really good, especially with Broken Lords, because we get plus 5 dust, and we get plus 15% on this city. Now, since this city's already making, with no population on it, it's already making 28. The plus 15% will be even great, and after we get the 5, we'll actually be at 20, at 30, no, at 20, at 23. I mean 33, and that'll be plus 15% on top of that. So good stuff. So that actually is what we're going to do at the moment. So this is here. It's going to take 3 turns. All right. Now, this right here, which is the Borough Streets, this, when we can build this, which we can't do at the moment, because you'll notice that up here when it comes up right under the image, right there. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Actually, can I use that right now? That's intriguing. Looks like it's coming. Anyway, I might be able to use that right now. Anyway, you'll notice it says expansion, and it's a district. So whenever I go to build this, instead of it just throwing it into the queue, I get to choose how I want to expand out. And you'll notice that just like when we put down the city, the little areas around it become part of this city. It's like the city center pushes out, right? And those become, you know, urban areas more or less, right? So if I did this, I would get 2, 2, 2, and 1 because these would automatically be in my city point. If I did it over here, I would get 2 production, 2 dust, 2 science, right? Actually 2 production, 4 dust, 6 dust, sorry, and 2 science. So this would probably be a better option than this one. Now, if I went over here, I would get primarily just dust over here, but the thing about that is that next time I could put it here, and we would get access to the sand dunes, which, if you look over here, you'll notice we get plus 2 from a geothermal plant, plus 4 from the geothermal pit, blah, 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 and a bunch of stuff, and sometimes you can build stuff on that. So it depends on which way you want to go, right? In this particular case, I would build it right here, which actually will do that. So that's here. So we're going to build the mint first, and then that's going to build. All right. Let me click over here. What are we doing? What are we doing next? Do we want to end the turn? No, we probably actually need to get some research, which is here. Now, research in Endless Legend is a bit different. There are eras. So this is our first era, right? Second era, third era, fourth era, fifth era. Now, oh, and there is a sixth. Yeah. Unlike Civ, which has a pretty linear tech tree, that's not exactly how this works. About the only progression that you can get is that to get to the next era, you have to have 9 things researched out of the previous era. But that's really about it. Like, on a previous game I played, I was into the 6th era, and I was still at times researching things in the 1st era. It just depends. So, for instance, if we look at this Aqua Pulvistics gives us access to a Dust Dredger and a Dust Filtration. Dust Dredger gives us +2 dust on terrain with river during summer season, because there is a summer and winter season, and we'll definitely see that. The Dust Filtration will give us +3 dust on terrain with sea or lake during summer season. So if they border a sea or lake, we get +3 dust during the summer. Now, we don't automatically get that when we research this. What happens is we research this, and then we can build those things in the city. Okay? You'll notice it has a little dust icon here on the bottom here, and it has a little city icon here, which can tell you at a glance what that is without hovering over it. Same thing here, Empire Mint. You'll notice that this is a city improvement as well. It's just this Empire Mint. This one will give us access to 2 of them. This just gives us access to the Empire Mint, and it's blue. We already have it. We're building it right now, actually. All right. This over here is an expansion. So this is something that we can build onto the city, just like the borough that we saw. And, well, actually, it's not just that we can build on the city. In this particular case, all these are extractors, and there are actually resources on the map. I believe this is one here. Yeah, a titanium deposit. So if we have that, let's go over here. Does this give us a titanium extractor? No. We may not actually, is it over here? There's a titanium extractor right there. So if we research this right here, and I believe we can research this, it's not like there's a linear requirement. We don't have to do this first. We could research this right here, and we could get the titanium extractor, and then that would allow us to build the titanium extractor on a titanium deposit. We would get +1 titanium on the city, which is great. Now, another interesting thing here is that, again, unlike Civ or a lot of other 4Xs, the higher you go in tech, like era, they don't necessarily get, I mean, they do get more expensive, but just barely. The real trick, the catch is that they go up in cost significantly the more tech you research. So for instance, this is 14, and this is 14, if you look at the very top of the box. But once we research this, this will cost more than 14, if that makes sense. So, all right. What I'm gonna probably, and this gives us actually access to armor. Actually, this gives us access to weapon items and armor weapons, which matter because we need to equip our heroes. If you watch my Warlock 2 stuff, heroes work kind of like that, except in here they're more like generals of your armies. Literally, like, because we actually have army units, so they actually lead those armies. This is a mill foundry. This is another city improvement, which will give us access to a mill foundry, which will give us +6 production on a city and +15% on a city. So it's kind of like the Mint, but it's for production, and it'll cost us 1 dust. In fact, probably this is what we're going to research first. And you can put more on this, but I'm just going to wait. This is a unit. You'll notice it's yellow there, and it has a little unit icon here, and this is a mounted icon here. So once we got this, we could actually build this rider. This right here, military science, this allows us to build a stronghold architecture and infantry katana. And you'll notice that the stronghold architecture will increase our fortification on the city by 60. So that just gives you a quick idea of what's going on here, of what type of things we can research. All right, so we have mill foundry in our queue. We're producing 1 culture per turn at the moment, which is bad, but that's okay. Culture is very interesting. Culture has to do with, unlike, again, in most 4Xs, where diplomatic things are all about how the other faction sees you, and that's what dictates if you can do something or not. No matter what the other faction feels about you, your ability to execute on a diplomatic option, whether it's declare war or even declare peace or make an alliance, costs culture. Or is it culture influence? I think it's actually influence, I'm sorry. Actually, can we go in here? Yes, it's influence, I'm sorry. which makes more sense, influence. Also, another thing is this here, this is the Empire plan. This is really interesting. You'll notice it says next plan in 9 turns. Now, there are 4 axes here: military, science and industry, empire and expansion, and economy and population. Now, when I first went to do this, I thought, oh, okay, so these like unlock and you get bonuses and stuff, and that's not actually necessarily how this works. They don't really unlock. You set a plan. So, for instance, if I go here, this is going to cost me 10 influence, which I don't have currently. But I could grab all 4 of these. So what I get on this is I'll get plus 3 dust per population on cities, plus 20% unit cost reduction on cities, plus 20% science on cities, plus 2 vision on units. That's awesome, and that's 40 influence. Now the thing about this is that this is just a simulation, right? We don't get to pick a plan for another 9 turns. But if we were to do this, when it comes up, it would cost us 40 influence. Now the thing is that we get to choose another plan. I believe it's 15 or 20 turns. It might be 10 turns. I forget. Anyway, and it's not like these stay unlocked. Like, we could choose this plan again, but it would cost us 40 influence. And as we get to the next eras, we get access to more bonuses, and we can pull these out, but they get exponentially more expensive. And you can have really expensive plans, but it's going to cost you to reinstitute the same things every time you do a plan. So you want to save up influence points. It becomes pretty serious, because if you're running low on influence points, the next plan you take may be a lot less effective than the one you just had, if that makes sense. So we'll get into that. I just wanted to kind of go over that stuff so you know what's going on. This is our current Empire bonuses. These will change as we choose plans, etc. Stockpiles allow you to, we can build those later after we research them, and they allow us to actually stockpile stuff that normally is not stockpiled. Like production is not stockpiled. It just, we're using it or we're not, right? And it would allow us to stockpile production or stockpile science, and use it in lump sums type things. And there's other stuff. We'll get into the markets, which I haven't used a lot, etc. So I'm kind of hoping that one of you have played this and knows how to play it a lot better than I do, you know, like usual, and you can help me out here. All right, so let's try to actually get some gameplay in here. You know, a few turns at least. So yeah, this is just FYI, this is the Founders Memorial. We can build this as well, and we will probably do that at some point. It needs to go somewhere. We'll probably put it in our capital, which is here anyway. All right, so let's end this turn. Okay. Okay, so this is a quest, and you get quests quite often. Some of them are okay, you know, blah, blah. So we'll just do this. The quakes and fires appear to be over. We lost a city and are now homeless, but we are strong and remain unbowed. The first step is to secure a new home, to found a city, build an army, and explore the ancient places. For our experience tells us this, if it tells us nothing else. The ancient ruins scattered across the map are places of great knowledge, great wealth, and great danger. For all of those reasons, we must explore and exploit them. With caution, however, any place of great value will be guarded by creatures of great strength. We must not forget this. Exploration will also take their mind off our condition, and this new method for dealing with it. Dust is expensive and difficult to exploit, but this new way, this draining of living souls to sustain our own forms, it goes against who we are. It violates our principles, our honor. It is everything we have been fighting against, and yet it is easy. So, yeah, they're supposed to be, like, chivalrous, if that makes sense, and so they've been taking life force or dust from living creatures, and they don't like doing it. So that's the whole thing. We're supposed to get to a point where we're generating, extracting enough dust from the world that they don't have to do that, etc. So build an army and explore the area around your new city. Carefully explore ruins in the region to find remnants of endless technology. So we're going to escort a Broken Lord's hero with at least 3 infantry units to inspect the temple ruins. That's our thing. And if we do show location, here's the temple ruins we're going for. All right. Do we have a hero yet? I do not believe we do. Oh, no, we do. The Baron here. Okay, so let's, where are they? Not quests. Heroes. Here we go. So, this is the Baron. This is his XP. He can level up. He's currently in fine condition. He costs us 2 dust per turn to keep in health. This is him. Now, you'll notice that these, he can have a helm, a cuirass, a shield, and greaves, and a weapon. Now, we then have an armory, and we have access to all of these things. Now, as we find things, we will find artifacts and all types of things that we can use on our heroes. That's kind of the point, right? So, and each of these items have a specific thing that they like. I'm not going to replace any of these because we don't really have anything that's a lot better at the moment. Anyway, now, one of the things he doesn't have is we have these talismans, which we can use right here. So, for instance, here's a ring, and this gives him improved vision of 1. We'll drop that. And this is a talisman, which will give him improved movement of 1. We will drop that. And we will apply. Thank you. Also, which he can't do right now, this is a skill tree. He will be able to level up as soon as he hits his XP. Boom, right? And he gets to level up in a linear path on any of these. So, for instance, the first one on this side will give him plus 10 defense to him. Okay? This right here, which is the next one, will give him plus 25 life on units. So it's actually his army units. We'll give him them 20 plus life. This will give him an extra accessory slot. This will give plus 5 defense on units. So not him, but actually on the army units he's leading, which is really cool. This is plus 2 reinforcement positions on units and garrison. That actually will come into play. You'll see it. And this immunity to the movement reduction due to winter on unit, which is really cool, actually. Immunity to the attribute reduction due to winter on unit, blah, blah, blah. This is really great for winter seasons, which you'll see how bad that affects things. Anyway, and there's common and faction-based stuff, which is really interesting stuff. And so some of these actually affect a hero's effect on a city. And the reason why is that you can actually, for instance, see here it says assign hero. I could come over here and assign him as the governor of this city. And they will become the governor, and whatever help they can provide to a city, they will. And that's just how that happens. Currently, what we're going to do is we're going to go here. Yeah, we're going to... Oh, yes. I always get these off because heroes are listed like this, and I always think that these are for other heroes, but actually these apply to the currently selected hero. So I can do... Wait, oh, actually, he's already assigned. Okay, great. Oh, yes, okay, yes, good, great. So, this is him. He's got 2 infantry units, and actually the quest was for 3, right? Okay. So what we need to do as well is we need to actually get him, we need to get another. Do we want to do this now? You know what? We'll do that after the mint. You know what? Let's go and do it now. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to compute our turn again. Not yet. Okay. Okay, cool. So we have our, this is what just completed, and we have our mint here. So I'm going to dismiss this. Let's go. No, that's not where I wanted to go. However, okay, this is the diplomacy screen, by the way, and diplomacy in here is actually quite easy to understand. This is an alliance. This is peace, okay? This is Cold War, and this is war. Now, the interesting thing about Cold War, which is where they are, and these, we don't know who these actors are. We do know about the Theraminanya. Anyway, we're currently in a Cold War with them. You start everyone with a Cold War. And the interesting thing about that is, unlike Civ and a lot of 4Xs, if you're outside your area, okay, see, you'll notice that these guys are blue. That's probably why we know about them. If you're outside your zone and they're outside theirs, they can attack you without declaring war. Now, and you can attack them without declaring war. Now, it will impact your diplomatic relations with them, but you don't have to declare war automatically, which is a significant difference from a lot of 4X games that I've played. All right. We got that, so we're gonna go in here. What? I thought we just got our thing. Where'd it go? Oh, that's militia. Oh, is that only militia that's there? Oh, that's only militia. Where did our other one go? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, there's a settler. There's a settler in there. Really? No. Okay, yeah, so what we have to do is we have to do 2 more of these, which we'll get done here. Can we finish this? How much does this cost? You know what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to buy another production. We'll put it on production here. And yeah, so that's dropped to 2 turns. We'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, this is not a game where you... Okay, now that this is our research, we got a mill foundry so we can build that. What else do we want here? I'm thinking... What is this? Language square. This allows us to... this allows us to do army action, parlay, and bribe. We're going to grab this next, and the reason why I'll show you in a minute. All right. Okay, we got our Empire Mint done. How long is these Borough Streets going to take? 4 turns? You know what? Let's go and get those done. This faction over here that we have, they're like the Draken, whatever. Anyway, they're very big on diplomacy and not very big on military and stuff. So I'm not worried about them invading or anything. Come on. What's this? Oh yes, we get to do a plan now. Now the question here, let's see here. We have 9 influence. So remember how I said that it would be really great to do, you know, like, really? Oh, all of these take 10. So we're about to not be able to do either of them. That's awesome, isn't it? Isn't that awesome? Yeah, so we're just not doing it this time. That's what we're doing, because we don't have the influence to do anything, which actually really sucks. All right. Now, you'll notice here, Borough Street, Stuarts. Okay, yes, we're doing our Stuarts next. Awesome. We got this up. Our city has expanded. Okay. And it increased our line of sight. Quite interesting. Also, you'll notice that our dust output is significantly higher, and this is not running very well. Alright, language square is done. We want to pick something else. Search party, improve search on ruins, that's fine. Plus 20 on city of influence. Yeah. Wait, no, that's happiness, which we will actually need, but actually we don't care about that at the moment. What is this? No, yes, this will, this gives us plus 2 on any terrain that has science currently, which is nice. This gives us plus 10 science on the city and plus 10% science on the city. We're going to grab that. And actually, we're going to go in here, and we've got these building, but what else do we need here? Do we want the mill foundry? Yes, we do. Yeah, let's do that. Viva do that. Can we buy another one of these? Yes. Put them all in production at the moment. There we go. Huh. Whoa, what was that? Was that a dragon? I don't think I've seen any of those. Okay, so we got a Stuart done. Message. With noble empires such as yours, the future rigor is assured. Yeah. Okay, so here's something that's interesting. We're at Cold War, which I explained. During this period, empires can attack each other's armies within neutral regions without declaring war on each other. Empire can freely attack enemies in its regions. Players' armies can roam freely in the regions of other empires with whom the players at Cold War, right? So there's no closed borders automatically. You can close your borders, but it costs you influence and it'll hurt relations diplomatically. Worried. Reasons, weakness of its armies, which means that we have a higher military than them automatically. This will go up to terrified at times. So we're gonna dismiss that. That's great. Whatever. Well, not whatever, but that's great. We've got these guys coming in, and then yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end this. Alright. 1 turn left on that. And then we are going to go looking around. Awesome. Mill Foundry's done. No, Mill Foundry's next. That's done. Great. That's what we wanted. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here. Right. Where's our hero? We're just going to create a new army. Boom. There we go. And assign a hero. You. Yes. There we go. We now have this army right here. So I should be able to click this. Come here. Boom. Did I already have those? That's going to be absolutely hilarious if I actually had that. No. Militia. Oh, come on. Where is my other... Oh, you know what? They don't have any movement. You know what? These guys already existed. I'm crazy. Crazy. We're going to move them out. Because I want to get some line of sight. There we go. There. Alright, see? This ends here. So yeah, and the thing is, we can't build any more cities in this area. Oh, there he is. He was over here. I am crazy. Okay. Under a new minor faction. Okay. The Keratin are best described as arachnoid centaurs. Wow. They are a subterranean people tending to white hair and pale skin. They prefer feed. Okay. They prefer to feed on warm-blooded prey, but can survive on cold-blooded beasts or insectoids. Okay, now here's the deal about minor factions. They're very interesting. There's usually, from what I've seen, only one type per region. Okay. You can't really conquer them, but what you can do is you can get them, you can assimilate them and get them more or less as permanent allies. Well, pseudo-permanent. All right. Now, once we do assimilate them, we get access to a unit. So we would get access to this unit, which is a Drider, and it's a support unit, and it is ranged. Attack, damage. Well, I think it's ranged. No. It's a support unit. I don't think it is ranged. But it can do cocoon and log damage, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. And assimilation effects. Plus 5% defense per pacified village on units. Awesome. So, where are they? Is this him? Is this them? Yes. So, we'll go over there in a bit. Right now, we need to go over here. So, can we move here? Wonderful. In fact, you know what? You just move here on the next turn. There we go. Next turn. Now it is winter. The dark season has begun. In winter, life and movement are more difficult. So, season effects. Minus 50% movement on units. So you'll notice that that skill upgrade at the top of the tree, on the left tree for heroes, will remove this, which is awesome. +1 to all of our resource generation, with the exception of science and influence. So anything that literally depends on the land, gone. -1 vision to pretty much everything. Winter sucks. That's what it pretty much comes down to. The Mill Foundry is done. What else can we build? Can we build another burrow already? Wow, that's awesome. Okay. So do we want to build it? Oh, we built one there already. No, not there. That'd be a bad expansion. How about here? Now, you'll notice that this says 0, and you're like, why does it say 0? Well, all of these would be 1. These, the production and dust will always be +1, because, not always, but during winter, because during summer they'll be +1, is the deal. So, +1. Actually, this is better here. Actually, this is a little bit better. This, we actually get 1 more dust, but 1 less science. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one, simply because when we get the upgrade, this will actually turn to 3 science. Yeah, we'll do that. So we're going to build that, and then actually we should probably put the Founders Memorial in there as well. Alright. Fortunately, this is going to take us even longer to get here. Since it's winter. Gee golly wow. We're going to move these guys up here. Alright. I'm going to end this turn. Looks like our research got done. Yes, public library is done. What does that give us? Oh, yes. Science in the city. Science in the city. Okay. Not worried about city fortifications at the moment. This gives us access to the market where we can purchase mercenaries and stuff like that, which we will definitely get to. This gives us the titanium extractor and the glass steel extractor. So far, my understanding is primarily that stuff is mainly used to build advanced stuff, like you need to use it to equip advanced weapons and armor and build some advanced facilities, etc. We definitely want it. I just don't think it's absolutely imperative at this very moment. We're going to go with this so that we can get the dust dredger, so that we can get more dust on rivers, because we do have a river running right here. So we'll get extra dust on all these during the summer. Winter just sucks all the way around. Now, notice we have an imminent empire plan. What they're telling us is 3 turns. So we know in 3 turns, you know. So, for instance, one thing that we can do here is I can go over here, and I can grab all our production, and I can put it on influence. So this gives us up to 10. So that means in 3 turns we'll have 30 more. Which actually should mean that we should have 40 by the time we get to that plan, and we can actually get all of those. Assuming we want to spend it. That's because that's really the... Is this it here? Is this where we're going? Yes. And winter, I haven't actually timed it, like in turns, but winter, oh, well, there you go. Actually, another minor faction, the Kazanji, generate energy not from food but from fire. They live in cold, dry, relatively barren areas. Their form is defined by a very dense and resistant skeleton around which energies of fire and dust coalesce. So, we get a daemon, or demon, whatever you want to call it, flying. That's awesome. Chain lightning. Oh, I want that. And assimilation is plus 5% per pacified. That's influence. Wow. Where are they? Summer has returned. Summer's returned to... Okay. I was going to say earlier that I don't know... What, really? Already? We have no... Oh, over there. Ew, this is maybe not going to happen very good. Well, usually I would auto this, but... We'll make our... Make it defensive, actually. You know what? I don't want to, I'm going to just auto this particular one, because we may lose it. Yeah, we lost him. We heard him, but we lost him. Because I didn't want to actually... What is this? Is this... Oh, this is a roaming army. We might actually have to deal with these guys right here. Oh, that's these guys. Okay. We will go into the stuff right now. Now, you'll notice this. I mean, we're going to crush these guys, but that's okay. We're going to go with offensive manual. So we're going to go... okay, actually just to go over these. Fight the battle with a full control of your units. Spectator starts the battle with an AI deciding the moves for you. Okay, and this is just auto-resolve. We're going to go to manual. Which actually, in my last game, I almost always autoed stuff. Okay, now, you'll notice that this is really weird. You're like, what the hell is going on if you haven't seen this before? This is the map we were on. This has not changed, but it's more or less like, okay, so it turns into a turn-based combat, tactical, right? And we're in this area, so it assumes that we're in this area. Now, each of these guys, actually, we're in deployment right now, so I'm going to... I think I can just... Can I move you? I forget how this works. You can set strategies. Advance units toward the enemy. This is move your units to the area to rear of the battle. Okay, so we don't have any ranged units at the moment. Okay, so what we're doing is I think we're going for these. Can I not move them at all? Their strategy right now is to just be, you know, offensive. You know what? We're just going to say ready. Now, what we do... We set targets, okay? We're just gonna leave these targets, and then we launch. And everyone does their stuff. We can zoom in here. That looks like a buff. That's a buff as well. Okay, so... We're going to do targeting here, and Yeah, you know what? That's fine. You'll notice that this can be a little bit slow. Yeah, we're good. Let's just keep doing that. Keep doing what you're doing. Blah. And now, since he's gone, they're just going to continue to go after the next one. Sure. I think he bypassed his turn because he couldn't get in there, which is actually unfortunate. Are they dead? Dead. And we win. There you go. Boom. Now, the thing about these is, for instance, because we use a dust for HP, you'll notice that these guys are here. So if I want to heal them, I have to pay for it in dust, which I'm going to do. And you're good. See, he's got XP for that. Awesome. Blossom. We're going to go here. In this turn. This episode's gone really long, but I spent, you know, a good portion of it explaining stuff. There we go. Oh, yes. Now, I can search there, however, first I'm going to level up. We're going to go to the academy, which is pretty much... Oh, that's not exactly what I was looking for. But anyway, we're going to go to a skill tree, and we can choose one of these. Now, this one is Indiana Bones. This pretty much improves search on ruins. And +1, this gives +1 dust on terrain with river. Notice that sounds like a city thing. You'll notice it says Hero Skill City. Yes. So if he has this, and then I set him as the governor of a city, we'll get that. I'm not planning on doing that with him. So I'm actually going to give him defense and apply. Boom. And then we're going to go here. Now I'm going to search this ruin. Build an army, export, blah, blah, blah. So we completed this objective. The door remains closed and the mechanism requires quantities of dust to open. Gather 100 dust and try to open the portal once again. So we're going to do dismiss. Right? And I believe we can just go here and search. There we go. We completed this. Defeat the army protecting the ruins. Okay, now there's an army. Now, you've seen this happen. I'm just going to go offensive. I'm going to auto this and go. There we go. And we won that. Dismiss. We have completed that. We got an archaeologist, which actually gives us, it's an empire-wide upgrade. Plus 10% cost reduction for Era 1 technologies, which is awesome. You have unearthed an endless artifact. It is in poor condition and appears to be part of a larger construction. The question now is how to restore it. Summary. Mysteries of the planet's past likely give keys to your future. Improve your scientific knowledge to help decrypt them. We are supposed to research 8 technologies of the Research Era 1, which we're on our way to anyway. So, and did he level up again? Looks like he leveled up again, and that might be the same... Did he? Oh, he did. Okay, cool. We're going to go with this one as well. Boom. There we go. And there are multiple levels to those, as you can see. And, yeah, we're actually going to go... I want to go over here quickly, because I would like to get this done before I end this episode, so that you can pretty much see most of the things about the game. Come on. Empire Plan is available now. Awesome. And we have 52 influence. So we can now go here and we can grab all of these. Awesome. Apply. We now have that. So we have better sight range on things and all types of groovy stuffs. Alright. So, now, you'll notice that we have this thing here called Parlay. That's because we got that tech that I said that we would need. Yes. Alright. So, Parley is initiate negotiations with a minor faction village. If you fulfill their demands, all of their villages in the region will be pacified peacefully. All of them, not just this one, everything in this region. Now, you'll notice that we don't control this region currently, but that doesn't really matter. When performed with a hero, this action provides a base value of 2 XP. So we're going to do this. Select a target. There. The tribe leader greets you cautiously. Many nations use the same word for stranger and enemy. This tribe seeks some specific resources in order to develop their art and industry. If you manage to obtain them, then you will improve relations between your peoples. So we need to bring back 10 titanium to the tribe. Great. Is there actually... I don't think there's actually a time limit on this. Great. So we're going to dismiss this. So now we have to bring back... to titanium in order to do that, which means we need to build titanium and get titanium and all that stuff and blah, blah, blah. And then once we can do that, we will be pacified and we'll have access to their units. Yay! And then the other guys over here, where did we see them? Is this them here? Yes, this is them here. So, and these guys are actually in our territory. So we can come over here and pacify these guys as well, find out what they want, etc. Sometimes they want you to attack someone else, etc. Blah, blah, blah. But that's how you do it. But you'll notice that it's a gorgeous game. I love the UI. I love the art style. I like a lot of things about it, actually. And I like that it's a 4X, but it's got a significantly amount of stuff different than Civ or some of the others. Actually, I'm going to move these guys back to production currently so that we can get these done. And, yeah. So, awesome. Let me know if you like this, if you want me to play some more of this. Obviously, this was a bit slow because I spent a lot of time explaining things. The next time the next ones I'll just push through them quicker, and that's one of the reasons why I had this set to fast, so that, you know, we can actually get through it. It's not a huge world or anything like that. So, let me know, and we'll definitely do it. So, until next time, stay safe, have a fantastic time with yourself or others, and let me know if you want to see more of this. Okay. Bye. Hey everybody, this is Spot. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. I hope you liked it. If you do, please give me a like. Subscribe if you'd like, leave a comment. I actually read all of them. So yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.